How you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Bobby Dirkens here. If you're brand new here, I'm Bobby Dirkens. You guessed right. This is the post game of the national championship. Now, unfortunately, my boys, they got put out, and I hate it. Ohio State beat them. And then from that point on, Ohio State went out of their merry way to tell these guys and people who post for them, like me, you have no clue what is waiting on Alabama. Well, apparently, Alabama did, believe it or not, Alabama did not get the memo because Alabama won by 4 touchdowns. 52-24. I'm going to say that one more time for you Buckeyes, who your #1 goal this year was to beat Clemson. Hold up. Breaking news. Hold on. Breaking news. I'm wrong. The Big Ten has just announced that they have changed the rules and college football is going to go along with it. Ohio State is now the national champions. They just changed the rules. Whoever wins, the winner is determined by who has the least points. And Ohio State won by leaps and bounds. Just blew up, folks. I mean, they changed the rules for them to be able to play. Changed the rules for Olave, I love to say that, tick them off. Olave, be able to play. They shortened up their COVID-19 things, which I could care less about that, but you know, just how everybody goes gaga over COVID-19. So don't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow morning and you find out that Ohio State is actually the national champions. There is a great chance Ohio State has won the national championship, folks. But as of now, unless they change the rules, that would never ever happen. 52-24, Alabama wins the game. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I'm not an Alabama fan. I don't need Alabama to do my bidding. My boys, though they have still an amazing season, it was what it was. But for the turd talking that I've heard from the Ohio State community, not all of them, but the majority of them, unfortunately, I'm just going to have to tell you right now, I enjoyed every second of it. Told Mark Rogers, y'all go check him out. He's a good friend of mine. When he asked me who would I be pulling for, I said I'll be pulling for Bama. You know, I'll be pulling for Bama. I'm sorry, it just is. The truth is, and I've said this over and over, and y'all can go watch my video from the other night. You can go on Mark Rogers' channel from this past Monday. I think it's past Monday. Yeah, it was a week ago. And he asked me, what did I think? And I said that Ohio State's #1 goal was not to win the national championship. Their #1 goal was what? Beat Clemson. Well, they did it. Congratulations, you did it. And I mean, Clemson fans, we have to unfortunately take this. They hammered us. But the team I saw tonight, if they played us, and they didn't, ifs and buts are done. I get that. For all of you out there, ifs and buts. And look, I don't need that. I get that. But if we played the team that played tonight, we'd have beat them too. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you where Clemson's at, especially in their secondary, and where they're at in their offensive line play, and I even believe that Clemson's hungry. Clemson, the end of the dynasty for Clemson's not here, but anybody who has a decent football IQ knows that Clemson's got to change some things if they truly want to be a contender. Or they can become the team like Notre Dame. Think about this. Notre Dame played Alabama better than what we just saw Ohio State play. Folks, think about that. Brian Kelly should be offered a 20-year deal at $5 million a year, which y'all say that's not a lot of money, but considering I think they only pay him like $1.5 million now to coach at Notre Dame. Anyway, real quick, want to get in here. Michael Fornbacher, my old buddy out there in Las Vegas, he must have won big at the tables this week. He must have won big, or Pimp Daddy in out there, 25 donation to the Bobby Dirkens Drink a Beer Fund. I will drink a beer, my friend. The refrigeration fund as well. Michael, thank you so much for supporting the channel, my friend. You want to get on here and see who's in this chat. I've already seen some people get in here. Yeah, notice there's not a lot of people in here right now. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, the biggest video I have ever had in the history of my channel was from me talking about the Notre Dame game. Okay? All right? From me talking about the Notre Dame game. Or not Notre Dame, Ohio State game. Sorry, I had an aneurysm. And it was the biggest, I mean, people were showing up out of nowhere to tell me how stupid I am and to go F myself. And if there was another hole I could do, you know, I'm not trying to be dirty here. I'm just telling you, it got bad. It was almost as bad as LSU fans. But I'm telling you, it's amazing. You notice there's like only 33 people in here right now. If Ohio State would have won, right now there might be 500 people in here right now. I'm telling you. Why? The Buckeyes really had it in for Clemson. And you saw it when they played them. But I am telling you, go back and you watch my video. Okay, I'm going to say hey to some people here and then I'm going to go back to that. All right, Tiger Raven, May there, T. Got Chase Henderson. Chase, good people. You should have come on over. I had the shrimp and grits ready. Although my wife said, though it was good, we could change a few things. May there, good to see you. Clemson Carson, my old buddy. Simply AG12. Got Tiger Raven in here. May there, T. I think I've already said that. Daddy Phrase, good to see you. Tiger, let me see. Michael Fornbacher with a $25 donation to the Drink a Beer Bobby Dirkens Fund. May there to you. Thank you so much for that. Ethan LaCroix. Michael, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. I might send some money out there to you, and we'll just split the winnings. How about that? If you're doing that good. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Grafnar, may there to you. Good to see you. Got G Bama Boy in here. Country Tiger, may there to you. Clemson Imperials. You said OSU finally won their Super Bowl against Clemson. That's like that was their entire goal. Their entire goal. Think they'll pass out rings for it, Bobby. They probably already have. Venomous, that's right. They spent too much time preparing for Clemson. I said that over and over. I said that over and over. And I'm telling you, I didn't even have that much reaction off of my reaction to LSU beating Clemson, which was for a national championship, which was one of the best teams a lot of people believe to ever field a football team. It was a first round of the college football playoff. That's how big it was to them. Over 27,000 views. Now, I know you get on YouTube, you got millions of views and hundreds of millions of views and stuff like that. I'm a little old YouTuber, all right? I'm just got a little old channel on here. Appreciate every subscription, every view on here, but I am telling you, that is the highest video I have ever had in my entire life. Over a first round win in the playoff. So as much as they want to act like they've been there and done that, yeah, they won a national championship a few years ago, and they're a good program. But at the end of the day, I mean, my God. Matt's in here. We got Dennis Wilson, may there to you. G Bama Boy, congratulations to you. Let me see. Bobby Bean. Or B Bean in here. Turner Kirby. Jonathan Benton. Cody Hellman. Got a bunch of people in here. Candace C. Got Patty Heverly in here. May there to you. May there to you. Good to see you. She says Roll Tide. Space Mountain. Okay, so I'm going to jump right back in here. So I've took about 3 minutes saying may there to a bunch of you. Dreadhead TV and got Tiger Nate in here. But I just want to, I'm just telling you, the Buckeyes wanted to win the Clemson game more than they wanted to win the national championship. And I know that I am talking about Ohio State more than I am about Bama. But here's what's so funny about it. It is fun to see that a program, they have their mind, they have their goals out of whack. Their goal was not to win the national championship. Our goal, Bama's goal was to win the national championship. We didn't even get into the, we got into the playoff, and I'm thankful for that, and I won't trade that. Love Feline. I'm not taking a shot at our team. We do need to change some things, but that's not the subject right now. We don't need to do a vast overhaul. We just need to tweak some things, get better in our secondary, and I think we need to get some more hunger on the team. Period. Well, with that said, our goal, Clemson fans, Clemson team's goal was to win a national championship. Bama wanted to win a national championship. Ohio State, nope. Just beat these fellers right there. And it showed tonight. You lost by 4 touchdowns in the national championship. In the national flipping championship, you lost by 4 touchdowns. You can't. Let's go ahead and talk about the excuses Ohio State's going to give to this. We lost Trey Sermon. Justin Fields was mugged, and his side was molested by Skowski. We know that's the reason why. But if they'd have won the national championship, you'd have thought it was the second coming of Christ. But they didn't. So now we have to wonder, what excuses are they going to do? What are they going to give us now? Oh, why did they lose the game? Once again, don't be surprised if you wake up tomorrow and Big Ten has changed the rule and they got, they paid somebody at the NCAA enough money to go, Ohio State is now the national championship. I'm seeing a bunch of people in here, and I said this. Justin Fields gets hurt all the time. All the time. I'm just telling you. He gets hurt all the time. He either has the worst luck of all time, or he's soft. And of course, what they come out to say to my boys right here, well, he got hurt, boy. You said he wasn't tough. You Ernest T. Bass wannabe. I love that. I love Ernest T. Bass. I wished he was in my lineage, but I've looked, he ain't. I'm going to tell you right now, I know without a shadow of a doubt, folks, I know that Clemson didn't look good against Ohio State. I know that. But would you draft Justin Fields over Trevor Lawrence? If you just said yes, you could probably qualify to be a GM for a lot of these big NFL teams. But it would be one of those things where you go, yeah, it was a horrible mistake. I'm not saying he's not a good athlete. I'm telling you right now, tonight, you saw what happened. Clemson Imperials, $2 donation to the Bobby Dirkens Drink a Beer Fund. It's DJ's time. I still don't even say his last name. People even put up the pronunciation key up there. Bobby, next year going to be fun. It's going to be a good year. First of all, thank you for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. I'm going to drink some beer on you. Not on you, but because you get it. But I do agree with you. DJ's going to come. He's going to be fired up. He's going to. There is one. I'm going to say something that's going to tick off some Clemson fans, but it won't be the first nor the last time. I just kind of wonder if Trevor was just, if he kind of lost his fire a little bit, because he wins national championships for a season. We know his ability. He knows his ability. And I'm not saying that he didn't, that he wasn't trying. I'm just saying, because I mean he still put up amazing numbers. I'm just saying, you win a national championship that first year. What more do you have to prove? I mean, what more do you have to prove? So we'll see. But I believe DJ is going to provide a lot of fun. Alabama, Mac Jones. Going back, let's talk about Alabama. I'm 15 minutes in, and I've just been talking trash to Ohio State. It's a lot of fun. Considering they didn't want to win the national championship, they just wanted to beat us, which tells you how good Clemson really is. Got a bunch of people in here saying Roll Tide. Well, congrats to y'all. Mac Jones, absolutely surprised he's still the quarterback at Alabama. Not because, listen to me, not because he didn't deserve it. Now, don't put words in my mouth I didn't say. What I said was, I'm surprised. Normally, when you have somebody take over who's been there for a very, very long time, and then you have a play Purdy come in, Bryce Young, the fans are just enamored to get that youngin out there and play. You know, Mac's been around forever. The Mac Jones story of staying at a school and living through two guys who won a lot of ball games, doesn't happen that much. You know it, and I know it. And you know, normally they're going to play the best guy, and if you've been sitting there, you're going to be replaced. And if, you know, somebody else comes in that's highly rated, they're going to take the place you still ain't going to get. Mac Jones was different, and I was surprised, but he kept putting up great numbers. Never allowed the big, you know, the big talk, you know, the big talk start to, you know, to happen that Bryce Young should replace him, and that's because he went out and won games and won them convincingly. And Tiger Nate, I agree with you. He surprised the crap out of me. I said I wouldn't have been surprised by week 5 if Bryce Young was starting quarterback. It just is what it is. The guy come out there, slung the ball around, looks ridiculous. Devontae Smith, hope he's okay. I haven't looked at what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him, but I hope he's okay. The young man had a great season. I'm going to say something else going to tick off a lot of Clemson fans right now. I know that Trevor Lawrence is amazing, but the Heisman Trophy, I'm going to get stoned here. Not stoned, but throw a rock at him. I think the Heisman Trophy actually was right this year. I didn't do a post-Heisman video. I think Heisman Trophy went to the right guy. Devontae Smith looked ridiculous. It also broke up the just over and over, you know, the craziness of just, it has to be a quarterback. Devontae Smith looked amazing coming out there and playing. Alabama looked really, really good this year. And they always look really, really good. That's why it is a... That's why if you talk to Clemson fans who really know football, if you talk to Alabama fans, most of them have respect for each other. Just had somebody ask a question. Does this mean Clemson would have lost even worse to Alabama? No, it doesn't mean that. You know why? Because Ohio State showed tonight that they had no other priority. If you've missed the show, I'm going to catch you up. They had no other priority this season but to beat Clemson. They didn't care about the national championship. You lost by 4 touchdowns. If you pull for Ohio State, this is for you. You lost by 4 touchdowns in the national championship. You exerted yourself to beat a team in the first round and did an amazing job. I hated every second of it. Did an amazing job. Guess what? Alabama wanted to win the national championship. So it is what it is here. And I know I say that a lot, but it is what it is. Devontae Smith did deserve the Heisman. Waddle, seeing Waddle come out there and play, that was good. When I saw him limping on the sideline, I went, oh, crap. You know. It just... When guys, like for us, Clemson, we could have had Justin Ross. All-world Justin Ross. The legend, Justin Ross. There is rumors that he could have played in the college football playoff. And we backed off. And that is one thing that I really, really, really hope, and glad that we didn't put him out there. But I hope that tonight that Waddle didn't get hurt, because even though I pull for those guys, and I don't. All you Alabama fans understand what I'm saying. I don't like Alabama. I pull for them tonight because I was sick and tired of Ohio State pouring their heart and soul. And I said it. Once again, I said this. I want you to go back and check out my videos from last week. And I want you to go check out where I was on Mark Rogers' show. And I said, I believe they exhausted themselves. I said that over and over and over and over and over. I said it over and over and over. I said they exhausted themselves to beat Clemson because their number one goal was to beat Clemson. Now what? You did what you wanted to do. Never been able to beat us in all the times we've played each other. Now what? You know, I heard that stupid hit coach of yours. He wrote a check his team couldn't cash. Should have kept his mouth shut. And what did I say? Listen to me. Listen to me. On the other side is this little about 5'8", 68-year-old man who's just sitting and listening, watching everything that you did in that game. And you think you didn't show much in that game, but you sure did. And he's going to plan for it. And what happened? You lost by 4 touchdowns in the national championship. Let me put this in context for you. Notre Dame, who we have all made fun of for blowing it in every big game they've been in the past 30 years, played Alabama better than the Ohio State did. Think about that. Ian Book led a better assault. Okay? So if that ticks off some of you, it makes you want to wet your pants. But Clemson has got things to fix. You're going to see Clemson, you're going to see Ohio State, you're going to see Alabama right in the same scenario next year, pretty much. Of course, you have the kid out there at Oklahoma. He's going to be vying to do good. The only problem is, for Oklahoma, have you ever found a defense? Ever? You got Georgia. Georgia's always a contender. It's just whether they can figure out the quarterback situation. All right? Everybody's going to be talking about JT Daniel. They're going to talk about him. They're going to talk about him a lot. Kid transferred from Southern Cal, a school they talk about whether they're good or not. They're just itching like the chicken pox to put them in the top 10. Even when they have 4 losses, they're still figuring out a way. My point is, Georgia always recruits good. I always have good players. Question is, will they turn the corner? Oregon, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm going to say this, y'all put this down. On January the 12th, 2021, Bobby Dirkens says this: Oregon has been a good football team for a very long time, except for a few hit and miss years. Nothing is going to change this. Nothing is going to change this coming season. Everybody's going to talk about Mario Cristobal and how great he is and how wonderful. I'm not saying he's not a good coach. I am saying, for the love of the Lord, that they're going to be beaten to our heads again, And unless something drastically has changed, they're going to still manage to drop a game or two in a very crappy league. A bunch of people getting here. Jordan Bowman got in here, said OSU won their Super Bowl last week. Apparently they did. General Jackson Bay there to you. We got Crazy Chicken Dude May there to you. Got a bunch of Roll Tides in here. Congratulations to y'all. Now I'm about to get off of here. I got a lot of cats to kill tomorrow, but if you're new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications. Do appreciate it. If you hate my gut, please hit the thumbs down. Some of y'all think that I don't mean it when I say hit the thumbs down, but I'm kind of sick. I like it. Got Lee Smith, the Lee Smith channel. Everybody go check out the Lee Smith channel. He's a good supporter of the Bobby Dirkens show. He said, hey, got our tails whipped. Tough loss by Alabama was a better team. Was a better team. And Lee, I'm going to say this, and I think you saw me on Mark Rogers' show, and I'm going to echo something I've been saying a lot tonight. I said that I felt like that the number one goal of Ohio State was to beat Clemson. And you could see it in their preparation. No question about it. You could see it. It was obvious. They were ticked off. They were mad. They wanted to win the game. I get it. But I said, and you were in the show, I saw you in the comment section, I felt like they had exhausted their means. And they had spent themselves to finally do something they'd never done, beat Clemson, and beat them in the college football playoff. And at that moment, it's like the gas had run out. And that's what happened tonight. 4 touchdown difference. But, you know, all three, let me tell you this, even with the crap, some of these other teams, these 3 teams are going nowhere. And you know how you know that they ain't going nowhere? Is when people are talking about expanding the college football playoff, not because it needs to be expanded. It does need to be expanded to 8, a Power 5 and 3 at large. Sounds great. No more, no less. But they want to do it to see how they can stop the first 3 teams. Here's how you do it. You beat them when they play each other. When you play them, you beat them. Georgia's sitting there going, how do we not get in the national championship? Because you keep losing a game that you shouldn't. Same to you, Oregon. Oklahoma, praise God you lost 2 games earlier in the season, so we wouldn't have to worry about you being in on the mix. I mean, that's how this works. If you want 3 teams to be left out, somebody become better and beat them and knock them out. Some of you, all of y'all in here, I go ahead and tell y'all good people, you got a brain. You don't have pus for brains. But there's other people out there, they're just so sick and tired, and they're believing that there's a monopoly. Hey, it is hard to knock off somebody who's really good and who always wins. Yeah, I agree with you, 100%. But if you have a problem, just beat them. Don't need to exclude them, Lord. And they're not. But those 3 teams will be back in the running. Well, listen, I'm getting tired. I know you're tired too. Bunch of 75 people in here, by there to you. Hit your thumbs up, hit your thumbs down, hit the subscribe button. You can find me on Twitter, at least for right now, at B Dirkens. Also, you can find me on Instagram at the Bobby Dirkens, Dirkens. You can follow me on there. I got some videos on there. Bobby Dirkens, you keep showing up. I'll keep showing out.